Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Can you guys hear me? Good morning, in despair. How's it going? Good morning, Break. How are you doing? Can you guys hear me this morning? Yeah. So this morning, zooming out a little bit, it's kind of been rangy. I mean, on the daily, obviously, it looks bullish. Like it's just moving. Yesterday's daily candle had a huge wick underneath. So if these levels hold, it could just run today. But overnight, it was pretty choppy. This London session right here, not a whole lot of decision, really. For me, the level that I'm looking at is yesterday's value area low, right around 23,350. If it holds above that level, I see this going up. That's kind of my level, though. If it drops below that, I think we're going for shorts. So I want to react to the open, see how the open goes. Again, if it holds above 347, 350, I could see it just hitting all-time highs today, finishing off the week with all-time highs. And then if we maybe come up to like London high or value area high and do a little liquidity sweep and then close back below VWAP, we could be coming down to like 275, 280, somewhere in this region down here. 285. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in the open to react. If we come down to value area low, 350, we hold that level, possibly looking for longs. If we come up to maybe value area high, 400-ish, and get a strong rejection, liquidity sweep, coming back down below VWAP, I'd be looking for shorts. That's kind of my game plan today. We don't have any more news. We had durable goods this morning or something like that. Retail sales. Something that didn't really move the market a whole lot. So no more news. But if you guys have been watching Financial Juice, there's been lots of stuff. Trump is talking. Like, I don't know if he's officially having a real talk, but he's tweeting or something. He's talking about trade deals that are coming up and something about Powell, like, considering dropping rates. So there could be some volatility just because he's talking. So be aware of that. Good morning, Mad Moxie. Morning, Chesmiguez. No trading early as I've been hijacked by a 7-year-old. I love it. Have fun. Enjoy your time with the 7-year-old. Evan, the volume profile. So I have two on my chart. The visible range volume profile over here is this indicator that I have, VRVP. And then the session volume profile, which is the value area high, point of control, and value area low that I have drawn up. I use this SVP, session volume profile indicator. If you show it, it pops up over here. And the top white line is the value area high. The reason the line looks different is because it measures better on the 1 minute chart. So that's where I mark it from. Where is it? There we go. So this is New York sessions, value area high, the top of the white, bottom of the white is value area low, and then point of control is that yellow dotted line. So I just draw my lines and then I take the indicator off because it kind of gets in the way. Alrighty. Got market open in 5 minutes. Hello, Marcus. Good afternoon to you. Or good evening. I don't remember if it's afternoon or evening for you. So again, the last London session, that's been super choppy. So hopefully this market open gives us a little bit of a clear direction. I got my levels in mind though. 350-ish, if that holds, going long. If it comes up to London high or value area high, this level kind of between 390 and 400-ish, and we get a strong rejection, I'd be looking for shorts. This middle chop zone right here though, we got to get out of that. Show them how to play the green and red bar game. That sounds fun. Point of control and value area is from the session volume profile. I use this indicator over here. If you turn it on, it shows you those levels. And then previous day high and previous day low, I just use the chart. I mark off yesterday's high and low. Draw a line at the top of yesterday's daily candle and at the bottom of yesterday's daily candle, and that's the high and the low. We did close yesterday's session up here. So that's kind of in line with the London high and that area where I was thinking if we move up there and kind of do a little liquidity sweep and come back down, that would also be an RTH gap fill. I think. Let me make sure. Where do you move it to RTH? I always forget. There we go. We're back. All right, 1 minute. Currently holding above yesterday's point of control, but below VWAP. Kind of in no man's land right now. Good morning, G-Man. Let's see what we get when we open. All right, coming down, but still holding above that value area low level. Let's see how this first 5-minute candle closes, kind of get all the wickiness out of it. Choppiness, whatever you want to call it. All right, so it bounced off that value area low level pretty good. Still kind of bouncing around though. Nice, you had a good trade on gold last night. There you go. You got your Asia session groove back. This is definitely a choppy 5-minute candle right here. Came down to value area low, bounced up, rejecting point of control. It doesn't know what it wants to do. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to get a choppy Friday anyway. Just because, I mean, it's Friday. There's no more news. And then the way the whole London session was, I wonder if that choppiness is going to continue. And the way it's open so far kind of looks that way. You think it'll pump? Yeah, if Trump keeps talking, it could. Since 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock, so for the last 30 minutes, he's been talking about how there's trade deals happening and Trump is getting closer to lowering rates and like lots of stuff that sounds like would pump the market. All right. Closing out that first 5-minute candle in the next couple of seconds. So far, it kind of looks like it's holding that value area low. I think we could at least come up to this value area high at 400-ish level. I'm not 100% convinced that we're going to go to the moon though until we like hold above value area high VWAP area. So like 390 to 400, if we can reclaim that level and hold it, then I could see us going higher. But it could also be a little liquidity grab, fake out, and move lower. That first 5-minute candle of the open didn't really close strong to the upside. So again, still choppy. Nothing convincing yet. There's some good movement there. Still stuck in this choppy range though. And below VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and start marking off some of these levels. So far, this is our 15-minute low. And then our New York anchored VWAP. Oh, Evan, I just saw your question. Sorry. Value area high, value area low, and point of control. So the session volume profile, it comes, mine looks a little bit different because I changed the settings. But it'll show you the 70% range where most of the trading happens for that New York session. So the top of the shaded area is the value area high, the bottom of the shaded area is the value area low, and then there should be a dotted line that's kind of in the middle. That's your point of control. So I just take the little horizontal line tool, horizontal ray, and I draw a line at those levels so that I can turn off the indicator. That's how I do it. It's rejecting VWAP, starting to come back down to that value area low level that I was looking at. This is choppy, you guys. All right, if it doesn't hold that 350 level, I think we're going lower. We got a little wick here at 340. All right, we're probably coming down to previous day low around 300. Starting to get a little heavy, you guys. We kind of have this range right here where there's like these wicks all the way up to here. The last couple days, it's been defending that area. That's why I was looking at that value area low from yesterday. Super jumpy though. I don't like the way it's jumping up and down like this. On that 5-minute chart, it reclaimed that 350 level. Lots of wicks on both sides. Yeah, chop chop. The new pathway, did I re-enter after yesterday's pullback? I don't remember specifically what you're talking about, but I did take a short. After I ended the stream, I kind of laid out to you guys where I set my alerts. I think I set one at like VWAP or something. If we were going to bounce off of VWAP, I would look for longs. And then if we got up to initial balance high, I would look for shorts. And I did take a short off the initial balance high. And that was it. I was done trading after that yesterday. Still holding above that 350 level. Kind of looks like it wants to come lower though. Stuck below yesterday's point of control and that New York anchored VWAP. Rejected the overnight VWAP earlier. Buyer is not wanting to defend this. Makes me think we're going lower. Still choppy though. Like I said earlier, it looks like it's getting heavy. It looks like it's going lower, and then it just got bought right back up. This is an interesting open. Unlike the beginning of this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I think, all 3 days where it just like went in one direction. You just had to like market order in whatever the first 1 minute candle was. Not today. All right, we pretty much have our 15-minute opening range set. We have less than a minute left. Kind of chopping in the middle. So we'll see if we can actually get a breakout from this range and get a little bit more clear direction. Good morning, Marty. Interesting spot for this range. Because the top of the range is right at VWAP. Bottom of the range is right near value area low. Let's see if we come to the top of that range and reject VWAP, and we could maybe take a short and target the bottom of the range. G-Man's going long. All right. Holding port and control. I'd be nervous about taking a long immediately out of the 15-minute opening range, just because we do have London high right above and VWAP right above, so there is some resistance overhead. And yesterday's value area high at 400. So it definitely could be like a fake out liquidity grab and then back lower. That's kind of one of the scenarios I laid out pre-market anyway. I didn't expect the market to open this choppy, but one thing I was looking for was a liquidity grab and then rejection lower. So let's see if we get that. Or we could just break out and pump to all-time highs. Yesterday's daily candle makes it look like we might. And if you look at the hourly, this level here at like 425-ish, it's been tested a lot. So if it makes it up there, it could just blow through it. All right, this is a strong 5-minute candle so far. We still have 2 minutes left. But this could break out to the upside. Coming up to VWAP and that opening range high right now. Peeking its head out a little bit. Ooh, G-Man's targeting it all the way up to yesterday's high, 428. Let's go. Let's go down to the 2-minute chart and see how it's doing at this range high. Right now it's fighting with that 15-minute opening range high and VWAP. Looking somewhat strong though, it's not rejecting as of yet. Peeking its head out. Let's go. Definitely could take a 15-minute opening range high long right here, you guys. I'm sitting out and I'm totally okay with missing the trade. If you guys want to do it, go for it. Like I said, this London high level liquidity sweep, fake out, return down. That is the possibility that I kind of laid out pre-market, and that's why I'm going to sit it out. There's always another opportunity though if I miss this one. That was a good 2-minute candle close above the range high. There we go. Man, even that breakout is choppy. Looks like it's going. Came down and retested that 15-minute opening range high and is breaking out. I want to see how it reacts at this London high. See if it's a liquidity sweep and rejection, or it could just continue higher. That's a strong candle. Good trade, G-Man. Way to hop in on that one. All right, came up to that London high, getting a little bit of a rejection. Buyers are strong. That was kind of the level that I was looking for. If it didn't hold and rejected, I was thinking we were going lower, but we had a tiny little pullback and now we're moving higher. If it breaks and holds above this value area high from yesterday, then we're gone. This is going to be a breakout kind of day. Yeah, looks like it's going up. I've had a really good week of trading. Like, I'm up pretty good. Starting to get closer to a payout. Like, don't want to mess anything up. Because I've definitely had times in the past where I'm close to a payout, I get cocky and just like blow my account or have a big loss day. So wanted to go into today careful and just like take perfect trades. So again, I know that was a missed trade, but I'm okay with that. It doesn't sit with the scenario and like the if-thens that I played out pre-market. All right, so value area high is kind of the line in the sand for me. If it doesn't have a strong rejection here and like close back below this 15-minute opening range high, that would be a bearish sign to me. This whole thing would be a fake pump. But if it holds up here, gets a good strong close above, we're looking for longs. We got about 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. If it closes somewhere up here, that confirms it. It's gonna be a long kind of day. It's definitely fighting with that value area high level. When you zoom out to the higher time frames, you can see lots of resistance there, kind of at the top of that high volume node. But man, if it breaks above this value area high level at 400 and holds it, there's no resistance overhead pretty much. I mean, a little bit at yesterday's high. Other than that, we could be hitting all-time highs. I'm definitely not one to short all-time highs at all. But if this could be a potential liquidity sweep too, if it grabs Asia high and rejects, possible short from there. But this looks strong. I'm not looking for shorts right now. Three minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Let's see how it closes. Uh-oh. Starting to get a pullback. Interesting. If this 15-minute candle closes below VWAP, interesting. All right. G-Man said he took a long, got out with his trailing stop loss. Who else is taking trades? What are you guys doing right now? Did I change the way I mark point of control? I do use previous day point of control. I pull up the session volume profile indicator here, and I move down to the 1-minute chart, and I mark point of control from there. So that's where I have it. I have it sitting right now at 361. was an interesting close on that 15-minute candle, but now it looks like it's going up. It did close above VWAP. It rejected that value area high, but looks like it's moving back up. Let's see if we get maybe a retest of VWAP, which is right at value area high, or a 15-minute opening range high. Possible spot for a long. Chichamus, are you a grandpa? Is that your granddaughter that you're playing with? He's pushing a 7-year-old mermaid on a swing right now. That's adorable. Another strong 5-minute candle so far. But again, we'll see how it closes. Lots of wicks on the upside. It's rejecting that 400 level, which has been big resistance yesterday. And that was kind of the level pre-market that I was talking about maybe coming up to and rejecting. So that's why I'm being patient, because we've just kind of been ranging, like stuck between levels. And a little bit choppy. Like right now, this candle looks great, but let's see how it closes. Same thing when we were on the 15-minute. Like that candle looked great, and then it closed a little bit weak. So I'm just going to sit and wait for my perfect setup today so I can finish the week strong. Possibly take an initial balance trade if I don't see something before then. Getting back above that value area high. Not closing above it yet though. See, again, that's what I'm talking about, you guys. That's why I have recently moved to the 5-minute chart, and I'm trying my best to stay off the 1-minute chart. Because a second ago, this 5-minute candle looked great. And now we're starting to close bearish. We have less than a minute left on it. So if I was on the 1-minute, you can see where this red candle would have made you think we're going short. This green candle would have made you think I should enter a long. Lots of choppiness right now. I don't like the way that 5-minute candle is closing for longs. It's still rejecting that 400 level. It's holding above VWAP though. but those candles don't look bullish to me. You use the 1 minute just to watch price action? Makes me get too emotional with every direction. We do have a giveaway that we're doing later today, you guys. It's a Top 1 Futures 50K account giveaway. So hit that like button. We'll do one at, I don't know, probably 50 likes. We'll do it later after trading has started to look crappy and I don't want to take any trades. Although I haven't wanted to take any right now. Duck race! G-Man's ready for his duck race. Where's B Frosty? He needs to start getting his duck warmed up. All right, here we go with another 5-minute candle. Oh my gosh, you guys. Did you see that? Same exact thing happened where I was like, oh, strong 5-minute candle, and it just rejected. What in the world? Is Trump talking? Jeez. If you guys are in a trade, I hope you have a stop loss on. That was wild. Still stuck at that level. Yeah, I don't like this PA either. That's why I'm not trading it. Because I can make arguments for lots of different things right now. Like it's above VWAP, but it's rejecting this value area high level, which is a big level for me. I'm not having like all of my confluences lining up for anything. It's got to break above this value area high and hold above 400 if I want to be looking for longs. But not looking super strong right now. 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle close. Let's see how that 5 minute looks. That last 5 minute candle close, decent. Still stuck below value area high though. All right, moving up again. Let's see if we can actually hold it this time. Choppy, 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 you guys. There's no continuation either way. It's one of those days, I think, where if we do take a trade, just going to be looking for a few points and then get out. Got a little bit of resistance right here. I can see where if it does hold above this value area high, then we'll at least go to previous day high around 425. Did you get back into your long, G-Man? I would like to say that's a decent push, but again, every other 5 minute candle has been rejecting, so we still have 2 minutes left on this one. Too extended right now to get in? Yeah, I agree. It's gonna test people's patience again until 11 o'clock Central. Yeah, this has just been gross price action. Like, I haven't seen anything that I love. A couple of entries that I could have gotten into on FOMO, but not like good, solid pullbacks, no continuation. Personally, none of my setups. Here we go again, 90 seconds left on this candle, and we're coming back, possibly below value area high. Let's see how it closes. Darn your trailing stop loss. I don't know though. This would have been a really like wiki. I feel like it would have been a high anxiety trade if you were holding it the whole time, G-Man. Because there's lots of like, it's going higher. Oh no, it's going lower. Ah. G-Man took a trade. I don't know if anyone else in the chat did. I haven't yet. I'm not liking it so far. Yeah, look at that 5 minute candle again, you guys. Not a strong close. But if I had taken a short on this rejection at value area high and put my stop loss above that wick, I would have gotten stopped out. So just no good trades right now. It is holding above that 400 level. Let's just see if we get any continuation from it. Travis is long from 386. That's not a bad entry. You could probably almost put your stop loss at break even at this point. Getting a little bit of a pullback. Just these wicks over here, right at 400, which is also value area high. If we can hold above that, I don't know though, you guys. Coming back down. $280-ish or 285 could be a possible spot to look for a long. Just because those VWAPs are sitting right at the 15-minute opening range high. Kind of some confluence in that area. Interesting buy up. 30 seconds left on this candle. Let's see if we can get a strong close back above that value area high. I don't know, you guys. This could be one of those days where I don't take a trade and we just do a giveaway. Choppy, choppy. I'm not loving it. Hello, Alex. What's going on? That was a good bottom wick on that last 5-minute candle. Still stuck at that 400 level though. While we're waiting for a trade, you guys, I'm going to put a link in the chat. I actually have had several people ask if I have a Discord, so I decided to make one. Just started it this week, so still just a few members. But I'd love to have you guys come join me. I have some cool ideas that I want to start in that group. My plan is to be sharing my levels. Eventually, once the group and the community grows, doing some like live trading in there and like trade review, like if we want to share charts and good trades that we took, good setups, or like things that we messed up and maybe we didn't see, or like things that we learned from. So just want to kind of make a community where we all learn and grow together. And then if you guys just hopped in, we are doing a giveaway today. We have a top 1 futures for 50K account to give away. We'll do that when we get the likes up. Let's try to get to 50. That's the goal. So go join that Discord if you're interested. And then hit the like button. And subscribe if you haven't already. I do live stream daily. The new pathway is looking for a long between 373 and 365. Yeah, at this point, I don't know, you guys. This is just gross price action. Is anyone actually making money in this? Here we go again. 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle and we're getting some wicks on the bottom. But no continuation. All right, Marcus is making money on this chop. There you go. Good for you. ES is in an 8-point range since the open. Jeez. stuck in this range. If this does go, it could have legs. Yeah. I'm just torn. Like, honestly, I don't know. It's rejecting this value area high level. But every time it rejects, it gets bought right back up. So it could just be a consolidation right above VWAP and getting ready to just like jump to the moon. So I could see that happening, which is why I'm not jumping into a short immediately. But I also don't want to long this because it's not looking super strong, and I could see it coming back down to VWAP or a 15-minute opening range high. I could get in a long and just have it be a really small position and put my stop loss way down here. I'd be like 29 points. But then I'm like, how high is it going to go? Is this just going to go to the moon, or should I target Asia high? That's not a great risk to reward. So that's kind of what's holding me back and why I'm not just jumping in right now. Awesome, Marcus. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Again, buying up off of that level, but not closing above 400. Could this be the candle that goes? Hmm. 15-minute looks like it wants to go. Look at that chart right there. It wants to. Holding above VWAP, consolidating at that 400 level. I'm thinking about a long. I just don't like that. I agree with you, G-Man, that it could still pull back to this 15-minute opening range high. So I could get a better risk to reward. If I miss it, I'm all right with that. If I don't take a trade today, I'm okay with that. It's been a decent week. Well, that was the best 5-minute candle closure we've had in a while. Now it's looking like it wants to go. Is this going to be the candle that breaks out of this consolidation? And no, it's getting slapped back down again. We have this little chop right here that we're dealing with. What else do we have? All of this. Yeah, we have some stuff to fight through. Getting slapped back down. Not loving it, you guys. I'm glad to hear some of you guys are making money, because I'm not. Yeah, Lost Texan, I feel like at some point when it breaks out of this, it's going to be a huge move because someone's going to get liquidated. Shorts or longs, everything that's being stacked up in this area. When it does finally break out of this range, it's going to be a big move. When I look at the higher time frame, I don't know why, but I just see like this whole section right here, it looks like it's just hanging on by a thread. Like it's just hanging off the edge of a cliff. Maybe that's just me wanting to see lower. I don't know. But I see it at some point wanting to come back down to this area at like 250, 275. But it just keeps being held up, keeps going higher. Well, there's the move outside of the range and people getting liquidated. That was a quick move up. But then again, slapped right back down. Came up to previous day high and then immediately rejected. Anything that I get into, it would be taking my stop loss out right now. Like I said before, I was considering taking a short off this value area high about 30 minutes ago. This candle would have stopped me out. So I'm glad I'm not glad I'm not getting into any trades right now. I would be super on edge, nervous, like watching all these candles, wondering what the heck is going to happen with my trade. So that big wick that happened earlier, right there, that 9:34 candle Central Time, 10:34 Eastern, that was news. But it looks like we're getting a little bit of a continuation move off of it. EU officials, European framework trade deal with the US could happen this weekend. Getting brought right back down though. All right, you guys. Shameless plug. If you guys are trading this crap right now and you're blowing your accounts, you can re-up using code Krista with Tradeify, Top One Futures, and the Futures Desk. Because you know people are blowing their accounts right now trying to trade this crap. Ah, okay. Alex is getting liquidated, but he's in his practice account, so you're all good. Nice, G-Man, thanks. I'm holding my breath for Tradeify. They have Project X coming. They've been hinting at it like coming soon for 3 months now, probably. But with their new dashboard launch that they had over the weekend, if you go to their checkout screen now, you have the option of choosing between Trade of 8 NinjaTrader, and then it says, it's like grayed out, it says coming soon, Project X. So I don't know when coming soon means, but I love Project X. So I have a feeling that the accounts that I have now, they're not going to be able to transfer over to Project X. So I'm holding off on buying more until they have that. All right, getting a pullback, but let's see if this high volume node, this value area high, holds as support or if we get a bigger pullback. Because again, that 400 level is a pretty big area, not just from today, but previous too. So it kind of makes sense to possibly hold there since we have previous resistance turn to support, and then we also have all of this chop right here, which could be propping it up. Again, I'm not personally taking a long here though. I mean, it kind of makes sense to hold this level, but I could also see it coming back down to 375-ish, 380. So I don't like the risk to reward on that because my target would be Asia high at 440. Yeah, intuition, that's my thought too. And that's why I haven't taken any trades. I'm trying to be really careful today and just wait for a perfect setup if there is one. Because I've had a pretty good week and I don't want to blow it up today. If I take trades today and I make $0, I'm totally okay with that. Because that's a whole lot better than finishing red. And with the way price action is right now, I would probably take a loss. I agree, Sasmit. That's something I'm trying to get better at is understanding when I have a good read on the market and when I don't. Like yesterday, I was doing great. I had a really good read on the market. I took a lot of good trades. But then if there's a day like today where it's just gross price action and I still try to trade it and I don't realize that I'm not reading the market well until I've already taken 3 losses. Like I'm trying to get better at recognizing that I'm not reading it well before I take all those losses. So an area of improvement for me for sure. It's the worst to blow up on a Friday and have to sit with that all weekend. Yep. 100%. And if any of you are parents out there, real talk, it's hard to separate trading emotions from like family life. Like if I have a bad day of trading, I have to like take a second to kind of center myself and separate trading and turn off my trading brain so that I can be a nice mom and be patient for my kids. There have definitely been some days where I'm mad at myself from trading mistakes that I've made. And then that lack of patience shows with my kids and I like yell at them for no reason or something. And I'm like, oh, sorry, that's my fault. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just mad at myself and I took it out on you. You love trading with a 3-year-old screaming in your lap. Oh my gosh. What's your win rate with that scenario? You could be like, my win rate is normally 62%, and when I have a screaming 3-year-old in my lap, it goes down to like 45%. Interesting. ES made a new high of day. Well, let's see if NQ follows. So new high of day, does that mean all-time high? Because new high of day for NQ would be an all-time high. Man, when I zoom out to the 15 minute, it just looks like it wants to go. Like all green, lots of big wicks, big tails on the bottom side. I know we do have some rejection on the top side too, but there's no red candles. It's not going down. This looks strong, you guys. It's just so wicky. Like, again, if I took a long, I feel like I'd be chasing it because we'd have to put our stop loss way down here. And every time it gets bought up, it's just sellers bring it back down. Maybe I'll just stay on this 15-minute chart. Looks like it wants to run to me. Looks like it wants to run, but it looks like it wants to blow your accounts on the way to it. That's what I'm seeing. G-Man, I just saw your message. Yeah. I've told you guys in the past that I watched the Bookmap stream for free on YouTube. There's several channels that stream it. So I don't pay for the subscription. I don't feel like I use Bookmap well enough to pay for it. I would need to actually learn it for real. But I've complained before that it's blurry if you look at the free YouTube version. It's really hard to see sometimes. So G-Man ended up paying for the subscription. He said it's a lot easier to see. I guess that makes sense. If you try to get a subscription that's $100 a month or something, it's not cheap. You try to go the cheapo free version, it's blurry and you can't see it. All right, you guys, so this area that I have marked off as yesterday's high, there's quite a few wicks there. It's been retested a lot. So with how strong this is looking, strong-ish, strong but with a lot of wickiness, I could see where if it comes back up to this 425 level again with a little bit of steam, it'll break through it. Once we pass this 425 level, there is not much stopping us. You should open a YouTube channel and stream it. Yeah. I wonder, there's got to be a reason that it's blurry though. Like maybe there's just a lot of, I don't know, juice being used with all the calculations and stuff. So maybe if you're running that plus a YouTube channel, live stream, maybe it's just slow and grainy. I don't know. The 600 orders were pulled. Does that mean it's time to go to the moon? No more pullback. We're just going up. But I still don't want to trade this crap. I don't like it. We're going nowhere fast. Yep. What was it, like an hour ago? I said that if you get into a trade in this market, this is the kind of market where you just take quick profits, aim for 15 points and get out. Quick scalpy kind of day. And that's not, I'm not good at scalping. That's why I'm not interested in trading this. This range here to here-ish, roughly. It's been stuck in like a 23-point range since 9 o'clock Central. So for the last hour. I just realized with how choppy and like gross this has been, I didn't even mark off the initial balance high. Where are we at? Where was the 930 candle? Right here. So this is the initial balance high. So we technically did get a failed auction, but there's no continuation down. I'm glad I wasn't even looking at trying to short that. Keeps rejecting that initial balance high though. Coming down below value area high. Getting back below that 400 level. This is interesting. Getting our first red 15-minute candle. All right, so we're getting that pullback. Let's see how it reacts at VWAP and like 15-minute opening range high-ish area. We'll see if we get a strong buy up from there. Getting a pretty good bounce. That was a solid 5-minute bearish candle though, rejection from that initial balance high. G-Man thinks that was the pullback. It's not a great bounce though off of VWAP. Buyers aren't eating it up. And it's stuck back below that 400 level. Again, it's just choppy. All of my stuff, all of my like confluences that I would want for a trade are not lining up. Evan, no, I actually haven't taken any trades. Nothing has set up for me. And even right now, it's kind of looking for a pullback, but it's not, I don't know, it's not doing what I want it to do. It's stuck below initial balance high, had a strong rejection there. Still a decent wick on the bottom side of that 15-minute candle. But no continuation. That is the story of the day. No continuation. Choppy, choppy. That was a big rejection from the initial balance high. Definitely a failed auction, which is why I'm not excited about longs. I'm actually thinking this might go lower. Just because we've had lots of opportunities for buyers to take this higher with all these wicks. And there's just no continuation up. And now that we're starting to break down, it's actually starting to look pretty heavy. Let's see if we can break below VWAP and hold it. Might be a big sell-off into the weekend. But again, not everything is lined up for it. I've started to be able to learn that when I can look at a chart and make an argument for both longs and shorts, I shouldn't trade it. And that's where I'm at right now. Because we're still holding above VWAP, so possibly getting a bounce, a retracement for longs. But we do have a failed auction, and we're stuck back below that 400 level. So I could see it going lower too. Which means I'm not going to be taking a trade until we get confirmation. Either a breakout from initial balance high and then retest, possibly take longs, or break below VWAP and a hold below. I'm not going to be taking a short immediately just off of a wick. Where are we at on likes, you guys? What do we have? I can get our giveaway form set up here in a minute and do a giveaway here in a little bit since this price action sucks. Starting to get that form set up for the giveaway. That's what I'm working on right now. If you guys didn't hear me asking about it or talking about it earlier, I've had several people ask me about, do I have a Discord? So I set one up. There's a pinned link in the chat if you're interested. Not trying to sell you a course or anything. Just setting up a space where we can help each other out. Because I do live stream every day, but there's a lot of times that I'll leave the live stream and like kind of lay out, if it hits this level, we can take a short or whatever, and then I'll take a trade after the stream is over. So that'd be a good spot to be able to kind of share what we're doing after the initial couple hours of the market open. Still chopping around here. Big wicks on the bottom side on these 15-minute candles, holding above VWAP. Got back above that value area high, just no continuation. That's what's making me nervous about longs. Kind of what I said about on the 1 hour chart. Maybe it's just me, but this just looks like it's hanging off the edge of a cliff. Like it looks like it's being propped up and it needs to come back down to this area. I shouldn't say needs. That's just what I see on the chart. It's hanging on the edge, looking like it's losing a little bit of momentum. The daily chart, it did have, yesterday had a big old wick. Here, I'll take my drawings off. Yesterday had a big old wick, which kind of makes you think it's going to run. But it's also tested this all-time high-ish area 4 times now and rejected quite a bit. So kind of makes me wonder if buyers are starting to lose steam and we're going to end the week with a little bit of a retracement. You laughing at my talking about how it looks like it's on the edge of a cliff? Look at that. When I take my drawings off, you can see it a little bit better. I don't know. This whole box, oops, my drawings came back on, but this whole area right here, it just doesn't look like it has a lot of support to be holding up there. So I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but I feel like at some point it's going to come back and establish a little bit of support. And the way there's no continuation up today, and we're rejecting all-time high, we did kind of come up with a little wick test to yesterday's high. I don't know. Might have a sell-off into the weekend. But still holding above VWAP with all the wicks underneath. So I'm not like thinking we're dropping right now. Again, going back to what I said a couple minutes ago, I can make arguments for longs and shorts right now, which means I shouldn't be taking a trade. Hi D, how's it going? No, I do not trade Apex. I do not like intraday drawdown at all. So I stay away from anyone who has that. All right, well, we might be getting close to duck race time because this price action sucks. Holding above VWAP, but again, no continuation. So longs look ugly, shorts look ugly. What made you ask, D? Did you have a question about Apex? The calm before the storm. So you're saying when it does break out of one of these sides, it's gonna just explode. Yeah, I agree. Maybe. I don't know though. Today, the entire day has been choppy with no continuation. And London, the whole London session was choppy with no continuation. So this could just be how we finish the week. That's entirely possible too. Man, I was really wanting something to set up. Like I was wanting to take a trade. Aw, well, thank you, Dee. I appreciate you thinking of me. You want a free account. You don't like TradingView. You're going to give it to me. I appreciate it. No, I'm not a huge fan of Tradeovate. I do use it because I like Tradeify, and that's all they have. But I'm waiting for Tradeify to get Project X because apparently it's coming soon. I really like Project X a lot better. I'm just laughing at this, you guys. This is just horrible. I'm happy that I was at least able to recognize that I didn't see anything that I wanted. How many people do you think are blowing their accounts today on this crap? I'm sure there's a lot. Lost Texan says, love you some Sierra charts. I've never used Sierra charts. I don't have a large sample size. I've only used Trade-of-8 NinjaTrader, which in my opinion is pretty much the same thing, and then Project X. Those are the only two I've tried. I know there's a lot of other stuff out there. But out of those two options, I like Project X 10 times better. Trade-of-8 is horrible. Does Project X still not have bracket orders? So when you enter a trade, then you have to manually add the stop and the target. I believe it does have bracket orders. I don't use them, but I've heard people talking about them. Are you talking about like where you can automatically turn on a 20-point stop loss or whatever as soon as you enter a trade? If that's what you're talking about, yeah, I've heard people talking about using them. I don't use it. What I like about Project X is that it'll automatically take off, like if you hit your take profit, it'll automatically remove your stop loss. Or if you hit your stop loss, it'll automatically take off the take profit. Trade-of-8, you can't. So I feel like with Trade-of-8, I can't walk away from my computer screen because if it hits one or the other, then my other limit order is still there. So I've had this happen before, which is why I hate Trade of 8 so much, where like it'll hit my take profit, but then my stop loss order is still there. So then price action comes back down and enters at my stop loss, and then I end up red on the day. Stupidest thing ever. And if you're copy trading, you can't get that to turn off. So I like that about Project X better. And then I like the lockout feature on Project X, where you can just go into your settings and like lock yourself out. Trade of 8 only has it if you hit a certain daily loss limit or profit target, but you can't just go in and manually lock your account. That's been really useful. All right, we're getting a move back up to that initial balance high. But again, still choppy, not a ton of continuation. No, David, I'm going to put a link in the chat here in a second. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, go join that Discord. Starting to add to that community there. Let's see how it reacts at this initial balance high. Yeah, G-Man, it wasn't a really good bounce off of VWAP. Like it kind of came down to it, but then it just chopped around. Like it looked like it could have come lower. I agree with you. But now we're moving out of it pretty good. And that was a strong move on that 5-minute candle. We'll see how it closes. It's hitting that initial balance high. Still in a long from 8:55. It's been like an hour. Oh, 8:55 Eastern. So a little less than an hour. Rejecting that initial balance high. All right, you guys. Oh, 8:55 Central. Dang, so it has been an hour and a half. That's wild. Pretty strong rejection at that initial balance high. Three and a half minutes left on this candle closure though. It's chopping around a bunch. I'm going to go ahead and add the giveaway form to the link in the chat, you guys. Somebody click on it and tell me if it's working. Sometimes I don't make the privacy settings right, so it's allowable to click on, but I think I did it right this time. Cool. So fill that out, you guys. And I'll pull your names off of there and enter it into for the giveaway. If you guys didn't know, we're doing a top one futures 50K account giveaway. So I'll give you guys some time to fill that out. Cool. Looks like you guys were able to log in. See, that's why I like this 5-minute chart, because initially it looked like we were getting a strong rejection off of that initial balance high. But if you wait for confirmation on the 5-minute candle closure, now it's moving up. Let's see how we react here. If we close below the initial balance high and get another failed auction, or if this is where we're actually going to get some continuation higher. If we can break above this previous day high level at 425, we could be making a new all-time high going into the weekend. Still technically closing below initial balance high. On this candle at least. Salon, we'll do a drawing here in a little bit. I'll give everyone a chance to fill it out. So far, not holding above initial balance high. Let's see if we get a breakout. Yep, 10 jumping jacks and 10 push-ups. That's it. That's what you got to do next. Yeah. DM me your food log and your workout schedule. That's how I'm going to pick the winners. Oh, man. Rejecting initial balance high again. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this 15-minute chart. This is ugly. There is absolutely no clear direction on this. Feels like you're accidentally trading a half-day holiday. Yeah. All right, let's look at this little range that we've been in. From down here to up here, still 33-point range for the last hour and a half on NQ. That's ridiculous. All right, guys, we'll close it up in 2 minutes. If you're just chiming in, you didn't hear me say it, I did put the form in the chat. It's a Google Doc or a Google form. Fill that out and we'll do a giveaway for a Top 1 Futures account. G-Man on Bookmap, where is this thing headed? Like if we are headed to all-time highs, where are the big orders? I just pulled it up. We have 68 orders at 23,500. We going up to 500? Let's go. All right. We might actually have a candle that has signs of continuation. We still have 30 seconds left on this candle closure for the 15-minute. I'm zooming out to the 15-minute just because even the 5-minute looks choppy and like I have no idea what to see there. But if this 15-minute actually closes strong and there's no wick, we get outside of this initial balance, we could actually have some continuation to the upside. Still stuck below that wick though, not above 425 where there's lots of resistance. So, not convinced on longs either. I'm with you, Texan. It's like last Texan. Here she goes. Oh, wait. No, maybe not. It's going back down. Oh, now it's going higher. Let me just go get a drink. I quit. Let's start the weekend early. Maybe I should just go sit by the pool and drink a beer. That sounds pretty good right now. Yeah, I mean, it looks bullish. It looks like it wants to go up. This looked like it was on a trampoline to go higher, but it's just not continuing. Keeps rejecting. Now it looks like it wants to go higher, and I'm not on it, and I'm not chasing it. Shez Miguez sounds great. Yeah. I think sitting by the pool with a beer sounds a whole lot better than this crap we have right here. My goodness. All right, guys. Closing up the form. I'm going to start pulling your names over. And I'll add them to the duck race. Looks like it's waiting for Trump. Yeah. Did something get added to the events today? When I looked earlier, it wasn't there, but I know sometimes meetings get added. I don't see anything listed on Financial Juice. Is there like an official press meeting or something? Or are you just talking about how he's been talking about trade deals and all that stuff? All right, we got 23 names. I'm going to go ahead and pull this over onto the screen. It's holding above that initial balance high, but not moving up. You guys ready to do something more fun than watch paint dry? Oh, man. Has anyone not done a duck race before? If you've never done a duck race before, you're in for a treat. This is fun. All right, got the time set. Everybody's ducks ready. Everybody in the chat ready. On your mark. Get set. Go. And we're off. Z taking a quick lead. This race is about endurance, you guys. You can't go out too hot. Ooh, we have a Superman duck. I love the costumes. We have a Superman and a business suit. We have a professional duck out there. And a Batman. Superman and Batman are battling it out. And there's a Rudolph. Oh my gosh, I've never seen a Rudolph. That's my new favorite. Oh, Batman might pull it out. Ben has been consistent, just like slow and steady. Oh, the policeman's gonna take it. Brian coming out hot. Uh-oh. Brian died. He's gonna get last place now. Oh my goodness, Alex coming out hot. Alex pacing was on point. You didn't see Alex's name at all until the very end. He saved it all for the end. Very nice. All right, is Alex in the chat? Lost Texan, your duck had some weird pink smallpox. That's funny. Alex, you in the chat? Let us know if you're here. Haha, I didn't win, but that was fun. Yeah, I love duck races. They're my favorite. Always a fun time with the duck races. Well, dang, you guys. We might have missed a trade with that duck race, but that's okay. I probably shouldn't be trading this crap anyway. That looks like a liquidity sweep failed action coming at us. Grabbed all this over here. Previous day high. rejection, back down below initial balance. Or we could just bounce right back up. Price action sucks today. Uh-oh. Do we have no Alex? That's a bummer. Let's see if I can find his YouTube name. Oh yeah, it's Alex been geeking. He was here earlier. Alex, you here? All right, I'll give him 30 seconds. If Alex doesn't show up in the chat, then we'll do another one. I'll leave it up there so if he sees it. My friends call me Alex. Oh. Where would I normally enter on that one? Well, on a normal day, I don't love price action today, so I'm done. Like, I don't want to trade this. But if this was a normal day without all this choppy, gross price action, and we were actually like getting some movement and continuation and all that, I would probably enter somewhere around here, honestly, because this 5-minute candle is closing back within the initial balance. We had that strong rejection after grabbing liquidity. So again, I'm not taking this today just because I don't like price action in general, but I would put it there and then kind of just play it by ear. If this looks like it was a liquidity grab and then we're just going all the way down, you can target like point of control. You can throw on the current session volume profile, which we're kind of sitting right at point of control. So another reason that you might not want to take this short right now. But yeah, on a normal day, if I actually was going to take that trade, but I don't think I would right now. All right, no Alex. I'm going to do it again. Let me go into the names list. How do I go back? Edit the names. And I'll take Alex off. Let's do it. We'll do a little bit less time this time. Let's do 1 minute. Another duck race. You're addicted already. A Trump duck. Is that who the business suit duck was? Was that Trump? All right, here we go. On your mark. Get set. Go. We have a bumblebee duck and a queen duck. Oh my goodness. We have a mean looking duck. T is looking fierce. Close race so far. We have a king and a queen. We have a couple members of the royal family in there. We have a pirate. G-Man, you got Rudolph. G-Man, you're not even on the screen anymore. What are you doing? Tang is just cruising. David, there's always someone who comes out from behind. Oh, you couldn't hold off Ben. Ben was slow and steady. All right, Ben, are you in the chat? I thought I saw Ben earlier. Ben. Oh, there's Ben. BM. Cool. We have a winner. All right, Ben, send me a DM in Discord. You can join the free Discord group and find me in there. Just so I can confirm that I have your correct email address. I'm pretty sure I have it here. I just want to confirm so that I can get the account sent to you correctly. And I'll get that sent over. Also, send me to, are you familiar with Top 1 Futures? There's two 50K accounts that you can choose from. They have the Pro Sim Funded account, which is an intraday drawdown. Or you can do their 50K Elite Challenge, which is end of day. So the end of day drawdown is a challenge first. The Pro Sim Funded account is a straight to funded, but it's intraday drawdown. So you can choose which one you want. So send me a message in Discord and let me know which one you prefer. Well, yeah, I mean, this is looking like a failed auction, but again, there's been no continuation at all today. That was a pretty strong bearish engulfing 15-minute candle. We'll see how this 30-minute closes. We just have lots of wicks underneath, holding above VWAP. Not good trading today. All right, you guys. We got our giveaway set. Price action sucks. I think we should call it. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe so you can see when I'm going live next week. Hopefully we'll get some better price action next week. And then join that Discord too, so we can start chatting outside of these live streams and sharing trades and helping each other grow. All right, you guys. Have a good one. Have a great weekend.